What's going on, Bitcoin Cash fam? How are you today? You might be a little disappointed if you were going to sleep or you woke up and you saw almost a 20% wipeout or more across every crypto, including most of our weekly gains on Bitcoin Cash. But here we go. Let me expand on where your disappointments could be, and a different train of thought, and I'll try to comfort those who are very disappointed. But I don't think many people are, guys. I think if you're buying Bitcoin Cash, I think that you're likely a hodler or someone that has done enough research and probably just watching this channel based on the algorithm search of Bitcoin Cash. So it's not going to try to dwell on too much of the negativity. There was a pullback today. It's probably because likely most people bought into the hype over the weekend. A lot of people think, it only goes down, people are selling off. No. Price goes down when people are filling limit sell orders. They're buying the limit set orders. So the price does not go necessarily down from a major sell-off. Stop reading the news. Read this news. Read people that trade this stuff, that watch this stuff's news. That's just the way it works. The sell orders, limit orders, were filled by people buying it over the weekend. That is why the price dropped. So, fundamentally, Bitcoin Cash is the strongest crypto. I've told you this many times. We've all agreed on this if you're still watching the channel. So that part we know. I want you to look at the reflection of this sunglass. I'm on my digital Apple, I don't know, the newest Apple phone there is. I don't even know what number it is. I don't even keep up with it anymore. Recording a 4K video of myself on a cell phone that I will upload to YouTube. 4K, okay? Some phones, they might even have better cameras than that. My point is technology moves extremely fast, guys. Extremely fast. So how an individual might be thinking, I'm down 20% or I'm down 50% or 30%. That doesn't matter if you look at the long term of how the crypto asset class performs, and especially Bitcoin Cash, because there is a use case for it. It is not just a crypto, an ERC20 token that you can build on top of Ethereum and create money out of thin air. No, Bitcoin Cash is mineable. People are running full nodes. There's multiple different avenues that could make this stuff go extremely high. And it's not just based on Bitcoin, okay? It's based on Bitcoin possibly now. That could change, guys. Bitcoin is kind of the spine of the living being of crypto. These different parts of this living being, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Binance Coin, they're starting to take their own form. And I mean that in a sense is they are starting to break out of Bitcoin against BTC price. If you're new to this stuff, the easiest way I can explain that is just go to worldcoinindex.com, pick any crypto, and in that top tab where it says USD, start changing it around. Start looking at what's really going on. Start looking at these prices compared to Ethereum. You can click the tab, it'll change every crypto and put it against the spot price on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, on the Turkish lira, on the US dollar, on the euro. Start looking at the way this stuff really moves. Okay? I don't need to make a video on where to do that. worldcoinindex.com, top right tab, you'll see a USD button. Click it. Look at these coins compared to Bitcoin's price. Bitcoin Cash broke out a few months ago and did quite a bit of gains against Bitcoin. That was the beginning of this breakout. It's consolidated and it's gone down. It's been going down against Bitcoin's price for close to 3.5 years, almost 4 years. Okay, look at Dogecoin. I think any closer I would have eaten that fly. Look at Dogecoin. It's done several consecutive jumps against God damn it, get out of here. Several huge jumps against Bitcoin. The most recent was an incredible jump. Okay, an incredible jump that faked me out of millions of dollars. I sold 1.6 million Doge back in, I don't know, January, February. I was up almost 400%. And then it went thousands of percents up. Thousands, tens of thousands of percents. No asset class in the history of mankind has ever done that. That is going to happen with Bitcoin Cash. That is going to happen with BSV. That is going to happen with Lisk, Neo, Monero, all of them. To what magnitude Bitcoin Cash performs against all the ones I just mentioned, plus a numerous list of other cryptos that have been around for a while, is based on use case. Bitcoin Cash is peer-to-peer electronic cash for the world. We are going to start seeing Bitcoin Cash take over some of these markets that include gaming. We've heard this, Kim.com's been preaching it. Things will be decentralized, and Bitcoin Cash will act as a media of exchange for these decentralized marketplaces. So that is what's going to determine the breakout against Bitcoin, the massive tens of thousands of percent gains that Bitcoin Cash will have compared to other altcoins, like I just mentioned, Neo, Monero. There's a whole list of them. World Coin Index, Coin Market Cap, any of the ones that have been around for quite a while that didn't come into existence just recently, those are all going to pump extremely high. And it doesn't have to happen, do I think we're going to have a great show by the end of the year? Yes, but that's based on speculation. I don't necessarily think that has to happen by the end of the year. This rally doesn't have to happen like 2017. It doesn't have to just be one giant shoot up a year and a half after the halving. It could be a rally like, 2009 to 2011, when people actually started trading Bitcoin Cash. Comparing that to Bitcoin in 2009, 2011, when it went up tens of thousands of percents and the rally lasted for damn near 2 years. This doesn't have to happen just like Bitcoin did in 2017. A lot of people think it's just going to be this same rally where it just shoots up and all the altcoins follow. No, this rally, they could shoot up for an ongoing period of 2, maybe even longer, 2 years, and the altcoins could break out against Bitcoin and things could get really weird. People like to think and engrave in their minds that history repeats itself. Well, that's not necessarily true. The human mind repeats itself in some of the ideologies and thought processes that occur, that we see over time. People have these emotions, these trains of thought, the way of following the crowd and kind of doing things in a manner that kind of repeats itself over time. But the actual asset class of crypto does not need to repeat anything that it's done in the past. So people need to get that facade out of their mind. It's not written in the algorithm that it has to perform this certain way. The algorithm could be written with how many people enter the system, how many people go offline, cold wallets, etc. There could be thousands of variables that interact with the system that allow it to perform the way it does. So it doesn't have to go up by the end of the year. It's going to go up probably by the end of the year, but it could go up next year even more. It doesn't have to be this exact certain way, and nobody knows. If anybody tells you that they know, if I start sitting here saying this is what's going to happen, then no, that's not accurate. That's just me blowing smoke up your ass, and that's not the point of these videos. The point of these videos is to really preach what I think is going to happen in crypto based on facts, guys. Facts. I don't go against the news. I don't go against, because somebody says something's going to do something. That's called a follower. It's a very simple analogy. It's just if somebody, it's like you're like a sheep, right? No, I'm going against the grain. I'm buying some of these experimental altcoins, Bitcoin Cash, BSV, ETC, Litecoin. I got a whole bag of cryptos. My point is, there's that fly again. There's no set time this thing has to perform. Time, these aren't like options where time decay is in effect. These things go forever. These aren't going anywhere. So are you too late or are you too early? It's up to you to decide that. I decided, almost 4 years ago when I lost over 2 Bitcoins to that scam, Bitcoin private, here we go again, boom, that's for you, that I'm interested in this stuff and I want to keep buying it, and I want to keep buying it, accumulating it, because I think there's value in it long term. These people that are jumping on this stuff overnight thinking they're going to be a millionaire overnight, well, it could happen. Yeah, you could get in at the perfect time, and I think if you got in on Bitcoin Cash right now, based on the way it's trending against Bitcoin's ROI, I think you have a very good likely chance, if you maybe have $150,000, $100,000, that you could be a millionaire fairly quickly. But that's based on speculation from my mind, and that's just mere speculation. Okay, this stuff Bitcoin Cash could crash to $200. It could go down to $82 like it did in December of 2018. But I don't really tell the future. I don't really think that's going to happen, but it could. Anything can happen, guys. So I'm going to label this video price predictions on Bitcoin Cash, because a lot of these videos I just kind of start talking about what's kind of going on in the crypto market based on stuff I'm reading on the news, and how I try to kind of argue the truth out of that news, because usually there's a little bit of validity in the news articles, but it's very small usually. It's usually irrelevant to the whole big picture. So I try to examine those things and try to pick the facts that they're building these huge news articles on, and really try to cherry pick those facts out of multiple articles and try to formulate a video. But maybe I'll just label this price prediction at a certain number. We're at 12 minutes and 30 seconds coming up. So my price predictions for Bitcoin Cash, well, it's really hard to say, guys. I made this video because I had a comment from a guy, I remember his name, or girl, username something, I don't remember, but he wanted me to do a price prediction. So, here it is. End of the year, Bitcoin Cash, I don't know, $200. I mean, 20,000. It's really hard to really calculate. You can't use any technical indicators on it. I can't sit here and say that the moving average, they've actually done studies on this, guys, where they've taken data points, and these aren't studies based on just hypothetical, traders online trying to do a study. This is like economic majors and people that study markets and study trends and study the people that are actually like basically creating a lot of these indicators in real time. They've taken, some of the cryptos that have been around for 2 years plus, and they've examined some of these cryptos, and you really have to have at least 2 years of data to really find enough data points to find if these cryptos are following any kind of technical indicators. And what they concluded out of these studies, guys, and you can look them up online, you can do a simple Google search and you go to Hacker Noon and see what I'm seeing here, guys, for your own eyes, do your own research, that they've proven that cryptos just really don't follow any kind of technical indicators. And in the minute that people start thinking they do, they're blowing smoke up your ass. They're getting you to watch these videos based on nothing. I mean, it's even more speculative than these videos I'm making. But Bitcoin Cash prices, I mean, realistically, if the market trends upward to the end of the year and it does follow this like year and a half after the halving cycle type deal, I know the halving just happened, but I'm saying like from the point of the halving into where the jumps start to occur, going up based on previous halvings, based on that year and a half kind of variable in play since the halving over time, then yeah, we're going to be looking at the end of the year prices moving higher, into the first of next year, quarter one, quarter two, prices continuously move higher. And if that occurs, I think Bitcoin Cash could easily, based on just some of the altcoins that I've seen right now, like if you look at Ethereum and some of the others that have been around for quite a while, from their all-time high in 2017. They've done like a, you know, what is it, like almost a 2x from their all-time high then. And keeping in mind that a lot of these altcoins, including Bitcoin Cash at the moment, are kind of trending with Bitcoin. There's only been a few that have broke that trend against, you know, Bitcoin, and that's Binance Coin, Doge, Ethereum. Those have kind of broken out already. So, I think, what is the other one? That new one, Solana. I think some of these have, I think Terra Coin also is broken out against it. But, you know, those are two relatively new projects, one as I just mentioned, Solana and Terra. So I don't really count those because theoretically those could be just big Bitcoin holders that have came together to create this new coin to kind of like manipulate the market in a sense. Basically making money out of thin air and kind of just using a trading pair to kind of use it as leverage to pump Bitcoin higher. So I'm coming to a conclusion, guys. This is not me sitting down and analyzing, you know, other data. This is me taking everything I know as a whole and trying to give you a prediction on where Bitcoin Cash is going. Because, you know, I had somebody ask me, what's my price prediction by the end of the year? You know, I think 2 years, 5 years, and 10 years. So I'm coming up with this right now off the top of my head. So if the prices continue to go higher, following the cycle, a year and a half after the halving, give or take a few months, you know, prices moving higher towards the end of the year, towards even higher start of the year, next year, into the summer where we're at now, kind of starting to kind of peak, then I think that realistically by the end of the year, depending on how high Bitcoin can go, if we can go past 100 grand before the end of the year or near it, I think we're going to see considerable spikes in Bitcoin Cash. Maybe I would put us around 5,000 by the end of the year. 4 to 6 really, I think would be a good number. But again, you know, 10,000 wouldn't be crazy. Because if Bitcoin can go to 100,000 or near it, you know, if the altcoin Bitcoin Cash can go to 0.2, you know, I think I said on another video, Bitcoin Cash started at 0.4 of a Bitcoin. I think it was less, guys. I went back and looked at some of the data. It was like 0.21 or 0.2, close to 3.3 of a Bitcoin. So given the activity on Doge and Ethereum and ETC and how it has spiked against Bitcoin, I think theoretically between 4 and 10,000. I know that's a big range. I mean, we're talking about, you know, tens of billions of dollars difference in a market cap on Bitcoin Cash for it to achieve 4 to 10. I mean, that's not a very precise statement, but you know, that's the best I can do. I think 4 to 10,000 by the end of the year would be right on track with the halving scenario. Now, could it be 400 at the end of the year? That's a possibility too. Like I said, these things don't have to, especially crypto, it doesn't have to follow this similar pattern as it's done in the past. And you know, there is some similar occurrences over time, but it's really based on how loyal the network is. How loyal are the people holding this stuff going to hold the volatility? And it's based on that a lot. So, you know, there it is. The end of the year, 4 to 10,000. That's what I'm going to throw out there. 2 years, that's really hard to say. You know, 2 years, I think that number could be even a greater differential, you know, greater difference, anywhere from, I would say, around 17,000 to 100,000, right? And you know, that's like going from like tens of billions of dollars to now you're entering, you know, several $1 trillion. And I know that's a big, I understand the dynamic of the numbers in terms of billions and trillions, guys, and I understand that that's a very large, generous estimate and speculation of price, but just seeing how this stuff has performed over the last couple years, and maybe $17,000 to $100,000 in 2 years is just absurd for somebody to believe that I'm even saying. But let's put that $17,000 to $100,000 estimate into the 5-year plan as well, because it's just, you can't put an actual price on this stuff when the network is being tested right now, and we just got to see how many loyal hodlers there are. I'm not selling anytime soon. Bitcoin Cash could go to $10,000 and it wouldn't faze me, guys. I wouldn't sell. I'd be a multimillionaire, but I still wouldn't sell. So I'll try to wrap this video up, guys. I'm getting attacked by flies. I must smell like a rotten piece of meat or something. That's just the speculative price I'm going to put this at. And I'm sorry it can't be more accurate. So 4 to 10 within the end of the year, $17,000 to $100,000 in the next 2 years, and then I would say closer maybe to 23 to 25 to 100 in the next 5 years. 5 to 10 is just too hard to say, guys. I can't put a price on that. We'll see. All right, guys, take care.